Yo, what is going on? This is the Jay Cartere Show Podcast, and I am your host, Jay Cartere. Right about now, it is Thursday, the 9th of August. This is probably going to come out in like 2 weeks, but I'm just saying the date because it's like 16 degrees right about now. And if you live in London, then you know throughout like the last month and a bit, it's been super fucking hot. Oh my God, it's been terribly hot. And 16 degrees is good. it's it's coming along. It's not where it needs to be because I'm still feeling a little, I don't know what the word is, but that heat in London is just not great, man. It's just not great. It feels like clammy and shit, and I'm still feeling like a little bit of the heat right about now. But glad that it's not like 20 and 30 anymore, because that was fucking mad. But in this episode, we are going to be talking about the 2 reasons why you are probably unhappy. Now, these are like the 2 most common reasons that I see that affects people's happiness. Obviously, there are more reasons, and there are many different reasons that you could be unhappy, but I think these are 2 broad reasons that if you quell this and you learn how to deal with these 2 things, then you can see a big increase in your happiness, your acceptance for your life, and stuff like that, and you can just live a better life overall, basically. But first of all, I wanted to quickly comment on my podcast from last week, which hasn't come out yet. But my podcast from last week was called Poverty Privilege. It was a long fucking podcast, and I've recorded it really, really late. And I don't remember exactly what I said in it, but I'm just assuming that I was probably off topic in some places, and some of it may have been a bit jumbled up and shit like that. Hopefully the message comes through. Now, one of the reasons I'm making this podcast is to address something that I don't think actively and accurately addressed in the last podcast, which is the first reason why you're unhappy, which we'll be talking about in this podcast. So, I think that podcast is cool. It gives you some insight into, where I've come from and all that sort of stuff. I think I missed out a lot of shit, but it is what it is, man. These podcasts are just going to be my way to just get my mental rambling out. Like, I've cut out the ad for now, so it's less work, and I just want to be able to just come and vomit my brain into the podcast and put it out. When I say come and vomit my brain, it's come here and vomit my brain, not come and vomit my brain, by the way. But basically, that's what I want to do. Vomit my thoughts, not my brain, because that would be a little bit dangerous. And yeah, because I've had times where I'm like, I might just cut the podcast out because I'm doing too much. I got all this shit I need to take care of, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, this is what we're doing. We're going to keep on doing the podcast, and we've got a couple things to do today, but it should go pretty well. So let's start talking about the 2 reasons why you are unhappy. First of all, is you probably aren't appreciating what you have. Like, you need to appreciate what you have. And I learned to do this from being poor. Yeah, I learned how to do this from being poor. Now, this isn't going to happen to everyone who's poor, so I'm not saying become poor, because this is really going to help you out. But it really was a learning process for me. Like, I appreciate being able to eat every day and to eat more than 1 meal a day. Like, if I eat 3 meals a day, that is that's great. Like, these days I'm able to eat 3 meals a day, and that is luxury to me. Like, some people might be like, oh, that's just normal, that's just life, innit? You're supposed to eat 3 meals a day. But eating breakfast and then having lunch and then having dinner and not being hungry for long stretches of time, wow. Like, that is just great, and I appreciate it so much. And I would never have appreciated these little minor things if I didn't go through long periods of time where I wasn't eating 3 meals a day, where I was eating 2 at best. Sometimes I believe it went down to 1 at some point. But going through, you know, being poor and not having the ability to do these things, and then earning yourself some money and being able to do these things, you see, like, it's not a big difference to people who have experienced this forever. So you probably don't appreciate it. But when you're not able to eat 3 meals a day, and that becomes a possibility, like, you've just upgraded your lifestyle. You're living better. Like, not being hungry is a great feeling. Being hungry is shitty. It, like, saps your motivation. It makes you not want to do anything. It makes you make dumb decisions in terms of food. Like, you might buy more takeaways and shit like that when you're hungry. And it's just not good for you. So when you can get rid of that and just not be hungry all the time and just be satisfied, it's great. It's great. It's lovely. So appreciate what you have. Like, I appreciate all the shit I have. I appreciate the little bit that I have. I appreciate being able to live by myself, being able to have my own space and all that sort of stuff. And it's so important, because I see loads of people just not appreciating the bare minimum of what they have on a day-to-day basis. Like, if you're able to wake up in the morning, survive the day, you know, eat food, eat 3 meals, go back to a place which you can call your home, you got a roof over your head, and you have the internet, like, what more could you ask for? Like, that's the basis. That's the basis there. Like, you have everything you need to survive. What more do you need? Like, you have the internet, so you have opportunities to do more than survive and all that sort of stuff, and you have the opportunity to make the life that you want to have. It's like, that's amazing. That's the baseline. And some people don't see it that way. They think, oh, I'm able to eat every day and I get up and whatnot, but I ain't got any money in the bank, so I'm poor. Well, yeah, but still, you're able to, like, you're living better than a lot of people. You're living better than a lot of people. And if you're able to afford living that lifestyle, then, you know, that's as good as it gets, man. Well, obviously it gets better, but that's as good as it gets for a poor person. Straight up. Like, being able to survive on a day-to-day basis. And, well, I guess the quality of food and all that sort of stuff will change as you make more money and all that sort of shit, depending on what you actually like. But, oh, sorry, just hit my mic. Being appreciative is so necessary, because then, like, as a human, what we generally want, like, what we generally do is we set our sights on things that we really want. And then, you know, we work, well, some people do. You work really hard to go and get that thing, and then you get it, and then you're like, now I want this thing. And then it's just a never-ending cycle. You don't get the thing and you're like, oh, this is amazing. Or maybe you're like, oh, this is amazing for like a couple days or something, and then you want the next thing. You don't go, oh, this is amazing, I really appreciate this, I'm really happy that I was able to get that, and that's the end. Like, that generally does not happen. Like, this happens to me with games. Like, I'll see a trailer for a game, or I'll see a game that I really want, and I'll think, oh my god, that looks amazing. And then I'll get it, I'll play it for a couple days, I might have a bunch of fun, and then I'm just back to life, like, not playing the game anymore because I've got other shit to do. And maybe the game's not as great as I had envisioned it to be, or as I imagined it to be, because generally things can be better in your imagination. But, you know, it is what it is. You need to learn to appreciate what you have at your disposal. Even the small things, like being able to wake up in your own bed, having a place to live, eating on a regular basis. These are things that you need to be appreciating. And I don't think most people are sitting around appreciating that and being thankful that they have that opportunity. Now, the second thing I want to talk about that's probably making you very unhappy is you trying to keep up with the Joneses, which is something that Gary Vaynerchuk has been talking about excessively recently, and I think it's very, very necessary. Honestly, I haven't been watching a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk's content recently because I've just been busy running a business and doing other shit. But I do retweet and I do watch the clips and stuff because I think it's necessary for people out there, and it's a lot of motivational stuff that's really necessary that can actually help you change your life if you listen to what the fuck he's saying. Now, keeping up with the Joneses is basically, you know, if you live in a neighborhood and your neighbor gets a Bentley, you then go and try and get a Bentley to keep up with him so that you don't look like you're lesser than, and so you look like you're on the same level. Or, you know, maybe you go get a Porsche. I don't know which one's better, to be honest, because I don't really give a shit about luxury goods because they're really a way to to make rich people poor. It's a way for really rich people to take money from rich people, and that's how they get really rich. And it's hilarious. It's a hilarious business model when you're rich and you have poor money management, or you're insecure, or you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. You then start purchasing a bunch of luxury goods because it makes you feel better, and you know, it makes you look like you're rich. Personally, I don't have those issues, so you won't see me purchasing luxury items, to be honest, unless I really, really want something. I don't know. Like I wanted grills when I was young. I wanted to get Lil Wayne teeth. Like I always said, you know, when I get rich, I'll just get diamonds over my teeth, and that may be something that I'll get. But it I don't know. It doesn't seem like. It's not as cool as it was 10 years ago, I don't think. So, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. But generally, I stay away from things that seem to be made to make me lose money. But I'm not rich, so I don't have to worry about those luxury goods anyways. But trying to keep up with people around you, it's just not necessary, and comparing yourself to others, it's just going to make you unhappy. Like, you need to be running your own race. You need to be trying to be a better you. Like, comparing yourself to someone else's race or someone else's success or someone else's journey is not going to help you in any way. The only way it will help you is if you're strategizing and you're looking at someone who's got an extremely similar life to yours, and maybe they're successful in the same field you're trying to be successful in, or they're on their way there, and you're comparing yourself to see, you know, what it takes, and you're trying to reverse engineer what they're doing and stuff. But if you're comparing yourself like, oh, well, I've got, I don't know, 1,000 followers, and this guy's got 15,000 followers, I need to go get 15. That's not cool. That's not cool. That's not going to be good for you. That's just going to hurt your mental health, and it's just not necessary. And a lot of this, you know, keeping up with people and comparing yourself to other people and just trying to portray a better life than you have, or trying to be cool or whatever, a lot of people are doing it for people that they don't even like. Like, you're trying to impress people you don't even like. What are you doing? That's so stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Why are you trying to please people that you don't like? Like, I don't give a shit about the opinions of strangers on the internet. Sorry if you're listening to this, but I don't care what you think. Like, I like to engage in conversation and hear different people's opinions. But if you come at me all aggressive and shit and you're trying to diss me, you're just getting blocked. I don't give a shit what you think. But if you come to me and you're like, you know what, I disagree with this, here's my point, and you're trying to engage in a conversation, I love that shit, because I love debates, I love conversation, I love hearing other sides of the coin and hearing other people's points and seeing how other people get to different conclusions. I love that shit. But I don't value your opinion above mine. No way. No way. You're just some random person on the internet. Why the fuck would I give a shit about your opinion? I care about the opinion of the people who I actually know, like the people who are around me, like my family and my wife, and people who are in relationships that mean something to me. But if you're just a random person, like random person on the road or a random stranger, I don't give a shit. And it's weird when I see guys trying to impress other guys that they don't like necessarily, like to try and make themselves seem like the man. Like, the only time I've ever, you know, like bought something or whatever, or tried to upgrade, and well, I take care of my parents because it's necessary. But you know, that sort of shit, that sort of grooming, you generally do for women. If you're a straight man, you do that for women. But I see a lot of people doing it to stunt on guys, and that's weird, bro. That's weird. Unless you're a gay man and you're trying to have sex with guys and stuff, it's a little bit weird. You don't need to be stunting on guys. What does that do for you at the end of the day? It's just not necessary. And you know, keeping up with people and comparing yourself to other people, it can really hurt you in the long term, because I've seen it make people live over their means, like not within their means. So certain people will go and they'll purchase things that they shouldn't be buying because they really don't have the income to do that. They'll spend all their money going out. They'll be buying people drinks and buying people food and all this sort of shit to just seem like they got money and seem like they're the cool guy and all this sort of shit. But it's not necessary. It's really not necessary. I believe in living below your means, because then you have more money for saving, and that leads to more money for emergencies, and you have more money for maybe running a side business, which leads to you having more money overall and having more financial freedom. Like, that is, I believe in financial freedom. That is my goal. That is what I hope everyone else will gain, and I hope to help people to get to financial freedom. That is like one of my big things that I want to help people with, because I think if you have financial freedom, you'll just have a better life. You'll be able to do what you want. There'll be less people moaning on the internet, less haters who will just super upset with their life, so they try to take it out on other people. I think that's so necessary. And you know, when you're trying to keep up with people and you're trying to compare yourself to other people, it really leads to you making stupid decisions that really just hurt you. And maybe you look like you're super rich and you look like you're super stylish and you look super cool, but at the end of the day, when you're going home and you ain't got no food in the fridge because you wanted to get Balenciagas, or you're eating noodles for 3 months because you wanted to buy a Gucci belt. I don't know if Gucci belt's a still thing. I'm not really into buying designer things for the sake of it. Yeah, people buying Gucci belts. Let's talk about this. When I was young, yeah, I don't know what age we're talking about. Let's say 14, 15, yeah. There was a big phase. This is like 10 years ago. Big phase of people getting Gucci belts. Like, just Gucci belts. Not even like great trousers to wear the Gucci belts with. Like, people were buying True Religions and stuff like that. Like, but there was a big focus on getting this designer belt, and then you would tuck your t-shirt in so everyone would see the designer belt in your pictures. And you know, bare people had Gucci belts, a lot of people had fake Gucci belts and all this sort of stuff. But you know what that is? That was a lot of poor people, yeah? A lot of broke people who didn't have the money to just splash to get a Gucci belt or whatever. Or they were selling drugs. So they had some money, like they had some profits to spend on a Gucci belt, but it would have been way better reinvesting in their drug enterprise so that they could make better money and that they could invest in some sort of legitimate business to convert over. But the point is, poor people were buying luxury goods to seem like they weren't poor people. And that is fucking stupid, because what that does is it just keeps you poor. And I see this all the time. People who are on lower incomes, or just not on an income where it makes sense for you to buy a bunch of designer goods, they'll be buying designer goods so that people know that they have designer goods. And there's still this infatuation with designer clothes and designer things and all that sort of shit. Personally, I'll only buy certain brands when it comes to like appliances and things that I want to last long. So if I was going to get a new fridge, I may look into brands that I know to be reliable, and I'll look at a bunch of reviews and stuff like that so that the fridge can last a while. Like when I got my new kettle, I got a Brita kettle. Like we ain't drinking that lime scale anymore, B. We drinking purified water out here, B. Because my coffee used to have bare lime scale in it. It wasn't nice because I had the same kettle for like, I don't know, 3 years. Some plastic crappy kettle. It's not good. but I was poor, so it was necessary. But now I've got a little bit of income. I upgraded the kettle to a Brita filter kettle, and I think that was made by Russell Hobbs. But I looked at a bunch of reviews and stuff. I saw that it had a purified water, that I don't think it's plastic inside. I hope it's not. I don't remember if I checked that correctly, but basically I saw a bunch of reviews saying, yo, it's gonna, like, it lasts for ages. It's a great thing. And I know of the name Russell Hobbs. I've got a Russell Hobbs blender, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it's a Russell Hobbs blender, or maybe it's a Morgan and something. But like, I go for brand names for the sake of knowing, you know, there's some quality there. And I understand people doing that in clothing as well. But the clothing prices are extortionate, bruv. I'm not paying £100 for a fucking belt. Like, I'd rather buy 5 belts for £20 that break every year. Like, that makes more sense to me. Because I don't, you know, full disclosure, I'm naked right about now. You probably didn't need to know that, but I walk around my house naked. That's what we do. We do work naked. Like, that's life. Only time I'm wearing clothes is when I go out. Like, I bought some clothes from H&M the other day that should be coming today, I believe. And the only reason I bought clothes is because it's super hot outside and I don't really have any clothes that really make sense with that, because I've grown out of all my clothes because I ain't bought clothes in ages. But what I'm saying, yeah, is don't feel the need to keep up with people around you. Don't be comparing yourself to other people. Don't care about what other people think, because what other people think really doesn't matter unless those are people that you care about. The opinions of people that you don't care about shouldn't be opinions that you care about, if you get what I'm saying. Like, if you don't care about the person, their opinion shouldn't matter to you. So you shouldn't, like, try to please them. Like, you need to be happy in your own skin. You need to be happy with what you're doing. And again, you need to appreciate what you already have, instead of just looking to, oh, I want this, I want that, I wish I had this, oh, life is so shit because I don't have that, oh, I wish I had an Xbox One, oh, wish I had a Nintendo, was it Switch now, oh, remember the Wii U, oh, I want a bigger TV. I actually do want a bigger TV, that would be nice. But I appreciate the fucking TV I got, even though I want a bigger one. I appreciate everything that I've got. I appreciate this phone that will no longer, like, people can't hear me when they call me, so I need to put a fucking microphone in it. I still appreciate this phone because I bought it 3 years ago, I think, and I paid for it outright, and, you know, I'm just paying for the SIM right about now. I need to get a new phone. I need to upgrade. I'm probably going to upgrade next year. But I appreciate it. I appreciate my computer. I appreciate my laptop. I appreciate the fact that everything's working as far as I know. I gotta appreciate it, because when my computers break and my laptop breaks, I realize how unappreciative I was. I'm like, oh my god, the world is ending, bruv. Like, when your business is based on you doing shit on the internet, or you got a YouTube channel or whatever, and you need to make content and be able to edit stuff using your laptop, when your laptop breaks, it's like the worst thing in the world. So, you know, you got to appreciate the things when you have them, and appreciate the little things, man. The little things are really necessary. Appreciate being able to smell the fresh air when you go outside. Appreciate the sun that came in England this year, if you're English. Appreciate the fact that you can eat. Appreciate the roof over your head. Appreciate the fact that you're still fucking alive. Like, do you know how wild the odds are for you to actually be you and be fucking alive? Like, appreciate that. You need to appreciate everything that you have. Appreciate the skills that you learned. Appreciate the experiences that you had. Appreciate the shitty times that happened to you that you were able to get past, and now you avoid those things in the future. I appreciate all that shit. I appreciate all the times that I was eating fucking rice and gravy. I appreciate the times that I was eating jacket potato and stuff. I appreciate that shit. I appreciate being broke as fuck and losing money every month and telling everyone, yo, I ain't got no money. I'm not coming to this thing. Like, stop asking me. I can't come to this thing. I ain't got no money. Allow it, yeah? I appreciate those times, because now, you know, everything adds up, And I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It all makes a difference. And you really just, when you start appreciating the little things, you'll become more happy about life. And I know people have probably told you before, you need to appreciate things, blah, blah, blah. But it's true. It's true. When you appreciate things and you have self-awareness and you know what you want in life, and you try and make your life coincide with what you want in life, you'll be a whole lot more happier. But you need to know what you want. You can't just be out here just trying to do what everyone else is doing because you think that's what you want. You need to actually know. You need to actually do some introspective thinking. You need to actually look inside yourself and understand what you want, what would make you happy, and then plan a course to actually get in there. When I was younger, I wanted to be rich as fuck. I wanted to be a millionaire. Now, honestly, I would be comfortable, like, being able to pay my bills and making a little bit on top of that. Like, I would be comfortable with that and I'd be cool. Being a millionaire would give me more opportunities to help other people, which would make me even happier. Like, being rich enough to take care of myself is one thing, but being rich enough to be able to help other people is a whole different level, and that's what I want to do ultimately. But if it was just like, what would make you happy, like what do you need in order to be happy? All I need is to be able to work when I want, be able to do what I want, and basically not work for anyone, and be able to pay my bills. If I can pay my bills, I'm working for myself, and I've got a little bit of money on top of paying my bills, then, you know, Bob's your uncle. There's nothing really much on top of that I need. Like, obviously having a companion and having my wife and shit and having family members and friends is a nice addition, but I would be able to survive just having the bare minimum, as I said, you know, paying my bills, having a little bit of money on top of that, eating every day, having a roof over my head, not having to work for anyone, being self-employed. You know, that is me happy. Don't really need more than that. Anything else is just making me happier, I guess. I mean, if I was just lonely and I had no one whatsoever, then that would probably creep up on me in time. And I'll probably be, you know, medium, like not happy, but I'll probably be like 5. If 10 was happy, I'd probably be at 5. Or maybe 6, because I've got everything basically sorted out and I can go out and do that sort of stuff. But yeah, you need to find out what actually makes you happy, and then you need to appreciate the things that you already have that make you happy. And you also need to stop trying to keep up with other people and trying to compare yourself to other people. Because just because, you know, Jonathan 95 has a Rolex with, like, I don't know what carat diamonds are good, because I don't really care about diamonds because they're really invaluable and overpriced. Do your research. Research diamonds, guys. Diamonds are not as valuable as you think they are. It's a marketing scam. It's a great PR move. All my days, like, if you study marketing or PR or you're interested in that at all, look at diamonds. Look at how, I think it's Debonair's, look at how they made diamonds seem way more value than they are, how they made them seem way rarer than they are, and how they made it a norm for people to purchase engagement rings and all that sort of shit and show people that they love each other through the use of diamonds. Like, that is a stroke of genius. That is amazing marketing, amazing PR. But basically, now I've forgotten what I was saying about fucking diamonds and shit. Yeah, let's say Jonathan 95 has a Rolex, wrist face flooded with diamonds, yeah. You don't have to worry about that, man. You don't need a Rolex with a wrist face flooded with diamonds if that's not what's going to make you happy. And you need to check your insecurity. If you're an insecure person, you need to look inside and wonder why you're insecure and find that out and solve that shit. Because insecurity is I was going to say a disease, but it's not. It's something that you need to fucking, you know, man up and deal with. But it is a terrible terrible thing that a lot of people deal with, that it's really, really debilitating, and it's really, really going to keep you back from where you want to be. And once you deal with that, and once you stop being an insecure little bitch, and you start, you know, being confident in yourself and loving yourself, you're going to live a better life, and you're going to care less about what people think about you, and you're going to do less dumb shit in order to make people like you. Like, you're not going to buy expensive clothes to fucking look like you've got money and shit. Maybe if you're someone who's interested in expensive clothes, and you like certain, you know, fabrics and stuff, you like certain brands and whatnot, and you like collecting clothes, then fair enough, you go buy your expensive clothes. But if you're doing it so that people, you know, think you're more attractive or something like that, then tone it down, bruv. You need to look into your insecurities and wonder why you think you're so butters, and why you think that buying expensive shit is going to make you more attractive. Maybe it will, actually. You know, sometimes it does. Having money will be better for you than spending money on some shit that makes it look like you have money. And that's just how I think about life. Like, I'd rather have like 20k in the bank than look like my outfit costs 20k. Like, that seems stupid to me. I'd rather look super basic and have that money sitting there so I can spend it and invest and do whatever the fuck I want. To an extent, it's just 20k, but 20k is a lot when you've never seen like $1,000 in your account and you've just been broke your whole life, trust me. But yeah, I think that's probably good enough to end the podcast. I gave you the 2 reasons. I went into depth about it. If you got any questions or you got any thoughts on the subject, please leave it down below. Obviously, there are more reasons why you're unhappy. I just wanted to speak on those 2 reasons specifically because I thought those were very interesting, and it's something that a lot of people deal with. Like, obviously, you know, friends, relationships, all that sort of stuff comes into play. But I just want to say, you know, you need to love yourself before anyone else can love you. You should be happy being by yourself before you try and get into a relationship. I see a lot of people trying to get into relationships in order to make them more happy. And that's just not the way you're supposed to do it. It's really not the way you're supposed to do it. And the people who do that are generally very, very insecure. And insecurity is probably the biggest thing. It's the biggest thing. It's the biggest thing that needs to be solved. And I think, you know, focusing on appreciating what you have, even if you're insecure, appreciate what you're confident about. Like, appreciate that maybe you got a nice nose or nice lips, or I don't know what you're insecure about. Maybe you're smart. Maybe you know a lot about a certain thing. Maybe you're able to add really fast or do multiplications. I don't know. But be appreciative of the skills that you do have. Be appreciative of what you are good at. Be appreciative of what you have. And yeah, I think that's enough. Leave the comments down below. If you're listening on iTunes, please rate this podcast. I don't know if anyone's rated it yet because I haven't really been looking at that. But we're just going to be, you know, just flinging out a bunch of podcasts every week now and just recording whatever the fuck I think about, and just not caring. Not caring about making it super polished or anything. This is going to be super raw, baby. So if you want to hear my thoughts straight from the dome, this is where you get it. You know, my YouTube channel is a little bit generally more focused towards tutorials and stuff. I will still have some actionable advice here, definitely, and I will still talk about certain things that I'll probably put on my YouTube channel in a more cohesive thing in the future, like different entrepreneurial concepts and that sort of stuff. So yeah, stay tuned, boy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening and liking and subscribing. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out. If you want to learn how I got over 23,000 subscribers and millions of views on my YouTube gaming channel, then you are in luck. Sign up to this free course right now. Link will be in the card, in the description, and in the pinned comment. Or go to growonyoutube.com/20k SEO course. In this course, you will learn the best way to write your video titles, tags, and descriptions to help you rank on the first page of YouTube. It's simple when you know what to do. I'll also show you a hack that will help you choose the right key phrases and help you create videos that can rank and get views no matter what game you play. Stop struggling to grow your YouTube gaming channel and start doing what works. Click on the link in the description or go to growonyoutube.com/20k SEO course. This course will not be up forever, so get in there as soon as possible. I hope to see you here soon, and I wish you the best of luck on your journey of turning your passion into your career.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long, so all this warmth I share with you.